Yes, good morning, class. Yeah, welcome to today's session under our unit of performing electrical system breakdown maintenance. Today we will be tackling a session title called Identifying System Failure. And what comes on our mind when we think of system failure? System failure, it is the fact that a system is not working or it has stopped to work according to its required procedure. Under this unit, we'll be discussing about some terms, and our first term to discuss is breakdown maintenance. It is a form of material or equipment remediation that is performed after the equipment or material has lost its functioning capabilities or property. And another term is manual. Manual is a book giving instructions or information that normally comes with an machine or equipment from the manufacturer. Okay, on maintenance, you can say maintenance is the process of keeping the system in good working condition by checking it regularly and repairing it when necessary. Okay, on our next term, I think we should be able to discuss this as a group or as a class, some definitions. And our next definition is tool. Who can explain to us what is a tool? What is a tool? Malik, are you in class? What is a tool? Yes, that is correct. Our next term is visual inspection. I think that is a simple one. Anyone can explain to us what is visual inspection? Kerubo, are you in? Yeah, that is correct. It requires no equipment except the naked eye of a trained person or an inspector. Okay, the next term we are going to discuss is about process. Process is a series of actions or steps taken in order to achieve a particular end. And we have failures. That is, we have three types of failures, and one of them is system failure. We have another which is partial failure and total failure. Under total failure, who can explain to us about total failure? Cornelius. Cornelius, what is total failure? Yes. Yeah, that is correct. Okay, you can mute your. Under partial failure, it means that an equipment is functioning at less than the set rate that is required to perform its operation or functioning. And system failure is the breakdown of any system hardware which prevent the accomplishment of the system intended functions. Okay, identifying system failure, that is identifying a fault in an electrical power system, and this can be defined as any abnormal condition of the system that involves the electrical failure of the equipment such as transformers, generators, bus bars, and many other electrical systems. And these faults occurs maybe through short circuiting, and short circuit refers to specific condition which electricity strays outside the established pathway of an electrical circuit. That is, electricity strays outside established pathway. That is the required path that is using conductor. And in case of an what do we call when an extra or a fault occurs and an extra current is passed through outside the conductor? We have corona. Corona is an example of electricity strays of current. Yeah, that is all about the definitions. And our next part we are going to discuss about principle of operation. This principle of operation is the principal operation of an electrical system, and usually the identification of the symptoms only helps to suspect what items need to be checked for malfunction. To properly identify fault in an electric circuit, you must know how each electrical component in the unit should function and be able to evaluate the performance of each component. Yeah, that is after getting a prior knowledge about an system, then you should be able to understand how it is working, the components. Yeah, and how to do performance of repair and maintenance. Electrical records, prints, schematics, and manufacturer's literature combined with your knowledge and experience will help you determine how each component is expected to operate. After determining the expected operating characteristics, the next step is to identify the actual problems by finding the faulty part or component. This may be done by visual inspection or tests using instruments. Yeah, are we together up to that point? Yeah, I think you should be able to understand the principle of operation of an electrical component, any component. As an engineer, that is what is required of you. And some situations also require testing for power factor, frequency, force rotation, inductance, and impedance. To perform this, you should be able to accurately define the problem, identify all potential failure causes, objectively evaluate the likelihood of each failure cause. Okay, when we think of visual inspection, what comes in our mind? Visual inspection, I think, can someone explain to us and kindly raise your hand so that I can be able to note you? Who can explain to us what is visual inspection? Samson, are you getting me over there?
Yes.
Yeah, what is visual inspection? Yeah, that is correct. It is the oldest and even the modern. It is both applicable to old and the modern technology, because you have to inspect using your naked eye, and you can be able to identify a system failure or breakdown, and you can take the remedy to quickly repair and restore the equipment without much trouble. And when conducting visual inspection, the serviceman should look for broken wires, joints, damaged print circuit boards, tracks. Terminals should be inspected too. Visual inspection can be used for internal and external surveys, inspection of variety equipment. Yeah, that brings us to an end of this session, and our next session will be able to do it practically, visual inspection. And what are we taking home today? Kerubo, what are you taking home today?
Definition from terminal failure.
Failure, correct. Yes, another one. What are you taking home? What are we taking home, class? With Toulouse. Yes, Polly, I can see you. Yeah, correct. Yeah, now I see we are not going home without anything. You have something to handle. And at that point, I'm going to give you an assignment to go and identify the steps of undertaking assignment. Kindly note this down. Out procedure of identifying system failure. That is today's takeaway assignment. Thank you.